or did you do your job? Because the saints of old had less to work with, and they made it. They have a testimony in heaven. When I get down to Paul, get out the way. I got something to say.
When I was a little kid, I grew up in a little town in Oregon, and our pastor, he was actually hired by David Wilkerson to run Team Challenge.
Team Challenge.
USA.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like to go to Wilkerson's church, and what did he teach you?
Wilkerson, he meant to me for 3 years because I did the security in Times Square Church. I did volunteer security, and I worked with David Wilkerson. I went to a supermarket with him. I went to his house with him. I went everywhere. He talked him into my life. He spoke into my life. He laid hands on me in Times Square Church. He put me up on the pulpit to give my testimony. He loved me like a young Nicky Cruz. And I remember this thing. He taught. It's two things David Wilkerson did that was powerful and amazing. When he confronted Nicky Cruz back in the time of the gangs in Brooklyn in 1958, Nicky told him, "I cut you. You keep talking about this Jesus." And he said to Nicky, "Nicky, if you cut me into 1,000 pieces, you could throw them in the street, and all 1,000 pieces, I said, Nicky, Jesus loves you." And that was a moment. That was a God moment, when Nicky and I believe in David Wilkerson. I remember one night I was walking David Wilkerson for the first time. I was walking him home, and he kept asking me questions. I kept giving a wrong answer because I was very nervous walking with him. I was like, I wanted to do good. I wanted to walk and make sure nothing happened to him because there was a Muslim guy that spit Wilkerson in the face. He said, "You Wilkerson?" He said, "Yeah, I'm Wilkerson." He spit him in the face. And Wilkerson was older in age, in the 70s, like 70 around there. And the Muslim guy was young and strong. I said, "Well, you're not going to do that on my watch. Trust me. You're not going to spit nobody in the face on my watch." Because I grew up in the ghetto. So I still got ghetto Christianity going on. So you're not going to do that on my watch. You're going to touch my pastor on my watch. So they assigned me to David Wilkerson. And I remember when I walked him home for the first time, he asked me a few questions. I gave him the wrong. He said, "That's not what I asked you. I asked you this." So I was like, "I'm just a little nervous walking with you." So when we got to the door, this is my Nicky Cruz moment. When we got to the door, he didn't know who I was. He didn't know my testimony. He just knew that I just volunteered, fill out an application in church, and I wanted to work for the church. I wanted to clean the church, actually. That was what I volunteered for, to clean the church, and I ended up with Wilkerson walking him home. And when we got to his doorstep, he turned around, and his big blue eyes, he told me, "I see Jesus Christ in you." That was my moment. And from there, he just meant to me. And he told me, Wilkerson said something real remarkable. He said, "You could teach a monkey how to preach."